Hi everybody, my name is Chris Mox. Welcome to Africa Connect Online, and we are in Venda, Toyando for the National Science Week, Day 2. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes, I was at your stall.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. Tell me about who you are and what you do.
Well, firstly, my name is Tendani Tsedu.
Yes.
I represent South African Medical Research Council.
Yeah.
I'm the head of marketing and communication.
Okay.
And part of my job or my team is to promote science, public understanding of science. And that's why we are here today, the launch of the National Science Week, to do that. And the importance of doing that for us is because we want more young people to become researchers, to become, especially in the area of medical research, where there's a lack of researchers in that field. So we want to encourage them to partake and choose careers that follows that side. And we've got lots of information that we want to share with them, and hopefully your platform will help us to get that information.
Talking about promoting science, we see that young people, they run away from the subject, science.
Yeah.
Why do they run away from this subject called science?
I think it's a misconception of saying science is difficult, mathematics is difficult, and it's not. It's just a lack of hard work by these young people. I don't want to call them lazy, but I just think their priorities are misled.
Yeah.
I think they want to, most of them, without generalizing, will prefer an easy way out, and there isn't much of a hard work that they want to put into it. You know, most of us want to be DJs, want to be on radio, we want instant fame. We don't want to work hard, therefore we choose. It's easy for us to just say science is difficult and mathematics is difficult, and if you're a Christian or a religious person, you will know that the Bible, they talk about the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
So when you say it, you will then just start to believe it that no, science is difficult. It's not. And I know I used to be one of those people to say science is difficult. Now I work with scientists every day, and I'm like, this is what they were teaching us in school. This
practical. Now you say it
now
practical.
I say it practical. And I'm like, I should have paid more attention. Not that I regret the career I chose, but if I had paid much attention, I would be a scientist myself.
You're saying something interesting. You're working with a scientist, and then you see it now practically. You are more interested. It looks easy. Do you think we should maybe implement practicals in schools rather than more theory, and I don't know if you understand, just to build that interest?
That will help a lot. I think if there is theory and practical in high school, then they will be able to understand, especially in the rural schools. I mean, all this is still theory, and they also don't have role models in the areas to say, okay, this is the person that comes. When you talk to them about, say, scientists, they still see, an old white person
with glasses.
But they are still seeing everything in a textbook. Which they also don't know who wrote the textbook, whether what is written on that textbook is real or not. So they will fall back to what they know at home, what they see at home, and what is it that they see at home. Unfortunately, in our communities, we have a lot of nurses, a lot of teachers, a lot of police people. So they aspire to be that because that's what they see. They don't see someone who comes and say, I'm a scientist, for instance. And then when you talk about chemistry, the teacher struggles to show them what is chemistry. How do they do that? We talk about robotics. We talk about fourth industrial revolution. They are still on the first.
They don't know.
They don't even know that there's the first, the second, the third. And we are talking about, no, we want to introduce the fifth industrial revolution. How do we do that? So there's still a huge gap between the education that is being taught in rural and townships area versus what is being taught. And COVID-19 also exposed that.
Yes.
When we're saying no, children will stay and learn at home via tablets and laptops, but at the rural areas they were like, we don't have that. That's just a practical thing, But I think then also the issue of being innovative in teaching,
yes,
it needs to be there. So if you want to teach people in rural areas and everything about science and chemistry, it's all around us.
Yes,
when you prepare food, when you're cooking that pap, that's science.
It's science.
Because you have to measure. You have to apply a certain heat into a pot at a certain degree. The water boils, and then you measure the millimil. You put it there until you've got a perfect pap. But most people don't know that they are applying science in that, and it's science that is indigenous to them. They didn't learn it in class.
True that.
Frying of eggs in the morning, it's science. Brewing of sorghum beer, chibuku and all that our grandmother used to do in the
old days. Science.
It's science.
Yeah, it's true.
But why do we then say science is difficult? Just because now you have to sit down and write an exam.
So now going back to medical research. Last question. What you specialize in? We from COVID-19 2 years ago. Now, where are we in terms of COVID? Because COVID came, disappeared. And people are asking themselves, what's happening? Is COVID still here or is it gone?
You see, so now that's where the power of science comes in. That's where the power of medical research comes in.
Yes.
COVID hasn't disappeared. COVID is still around. Is that what science has done? Has able us to develop vaccines that makes us to develop resistance against COVID. So it's been weakened because most of us have been vaccinated, so we cannot experience it at the higher impact of level that it was against those who were not vaccinated. And also there are other scientific research that people are continuing to do to see how we can weaken this virus in the midst. And then that's why they were like wearing of masks, washing of hands and all that. So those contribute in limiting its impact in terms of affecting people. And as usual, then as people will then relax and say, no, there's no COVID. Like now people are like, no, there's no HIV, and people is like, no, it's fine if I've got HIV, it's like flu. So I don't need to wear condom, I don't need to act.
That's where you get going wrong.
That's where you go wrong. It's about, so there's a need to educate people about all this so that they fully understand the impact of science, the impact of medical research. But it's still all in your behavior as a person. The medicines that you produce are just an intervention, they assist. But if your lifestyle is still, you will suffer. If you don't look after yourself, you drink a lot, you smoke, you eat a lot of sugar, you're going to end up either with diabetes or high blood pressure or heart failure or anything, and then you will then gonna say, no, the medications that the doctor gave me do not work.
Okay.
They work, it's just you have to follow a certain diet and a certain lifestyle.
You know what? Today I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot because I was one of those people thinking COVID is gone. Guys, let's leave this misconception of COVID disappeared. Vaccine helped us. Lifestyle also helped us. Wearing masks, sanitizing helped us, and you just clarified that for us. Thank you so much. That's why we are here. We are here to learn, and we are here to also expose this information to the learners. What would you like to say lastly to learners out there?
Now, like you said, the sky is the limit. A lot has changed in this country. The choices are yours. Whatever you want to be is possible. You can be whatever you want to be. And even money is not a problem. There are a lot of organizations that are willing to fund you. As long as you know you are focused, you are passionate, and then you study and then you have good grades, you can study from first year until PhD without paying a cent.
Wow.
there are opportunities out there. There are lots of them.
Thank you so much. This is Africa Connect Online. My name is Chris Moore.